There I was in the Congo when the tiger came upon me.
Good? All right, perfect.
Naturally, I was horrified.
Well, all right. Well, welcome to Facebook Live here. We live there, Brian? Okay.
That's the funny thing about Facebook Live. You never really
never know
know
when you're
when you
live.
start, and you never really know when it ends. It's like my love life.
We're here with Mike Rowe joining us today, and just got finished our Standard Electric Innovation Summit out here. And thanks, Mike, for joining us.
How'd it go? What'd you think?
Why? Pretty good, pretty funny.
Did you find me cogent? Did you find me approachable, prescient, likable in any way?
All of those things.
It's very difficult to know how you do, when it's early in the morning and there's a room full of people who, may or may not have seen your show. You just don't know till it's over.
Well, when you start talking about sewers and rats, I think you did just fine. So.
Thank you.
Well, we had a question for you. We're just talking, after all those years of doing that Dirty Job show, going back to 2003, have you seen any of those jobs as you continue to go, done those shows? Did you see more technology become more prevalent in some of those tasks that seem to be, kind of blue collar and under the cover? What do you see now with that?
It's always there. Technology it's just a tool, right? So anybody who has a dirty job, anybody who makes their living working with their hands primarily if they're smart, they're always looking for a better tool. But the point of my show, in those days anyway, was to always balance the advent of a better tool, a better mousetrap, a better widget, to take all the new innovation and invention and balance it against the human element. So I looked for jobs that didn't depend on the technology, but depended on that other thing. But to answer your question, like one of the first things we did that really got a lot of play was we replaced a lift pump in a wastewater treatment plant.
Okay.
And what I learned from doing that, a lift pump, by the way, is a 4-ton motor that resides at the bottom of a 5-story shaft. And when it ruptures, the pumping chamber, fills with crap, and men have to literally swim to the pump, and then you winch it out, with a giant crane and a cable and everything else. And I realized when we were doing it, it was actually the last job in wastewater treatment that was still almost purely hands-on. Everything else in that world had become mechanized to a degree and more dependent upon a computer. And that's great news, obviously, because wastewater management, we're all involved in that, whether we know it or not. And, to be able to address it with cutting-edge technology is key. But for me, it was also fascinating to know that you can't replace the human in that equation. And when the chips are really and truly down, and when you've got to get a lift pump out of a pumping chamber and replaced while everybody else in, 5 square miles is still flushing their toilet, that's like DEFCON 5 stuff. It's exciting. You can hear the klaxons, men are running. It's awesome. That's never going to go away. And by the way, when a 4-ton ruptured lift pump breaks the seal of crap that was holding it to the ground,
I can only imagine.
That'll haunt your dreams. That sound will linger, my friend.
Oh my goodness. Tell us a little bit about the new show. Obviously, we're on Facebook Live. You got some audience out there. Tell us a little bit what's going on with that.
So it was only a matter of time. In my industry, everything is based on if you can do a good show and put it on a network, whether it's Netflix or HBO or Discovery, it doesn't matter because the proposition is if it's a good show, the audience will come.
Sure.
Well, on Facebook, you already got 2 billion people, which is kind of amazing. So Facebook came and said, look, we want to get in the content game, and what kind of show would you do if you're going to do a new show? And I said, well, it doesn't matter what kind of show it is. What matters to me is that we tell the transparent truth about the making of the show. So Returning the Favor is this show. It's been on 6 weeks now. Okay. And it basically is an honest look at the making of a feel-good show. So my crew, this band of knuckleheads in TV, all of whom are looking for redemption, by the way. Okay. These are guys who've worked on, a lot of reality shows. I won't mention them, but they're all looking to do something different and better. So we go around the country. We look for people who are doing selfless things, nice things, interesting things. We hang out with them for a couple days, and then we surprise them with something that will allow them to do more of what they're already doing. So we've got 55 million views so far on a modest little show here on Facebook. I think
You're doing all right.
I think it's working. Yeah.
Matt, we got any questions over there from anyone that's been chiming in, or?
Make something up, Matt, for God's sakes.
Come on now.
Don't say nothing's coming through. Make up a super question.
We appreciate you coming out today and being a part of this, Mike. It was such great to have you out here as one of our speakers, and thanks for joining us on Facebook Live. Good luck with the new show,
I'll
show,
take it.
and look forward to seeing you out soon.
Fantastic. We're gonna do that.
Cheers. Yeah, why not? We're on Facebook Live. We can do anything.
I thought we crossed streams. I don't know what happens when that. Okay, bye. Now, is this Facebook unlive or just Facebook dead?
I think it's live still. Yeah, we are still. Okay, we're still live, but we're going.
So we're still live, but we're about to not be live, which is kind of sad. Okay. Like I said, it's hard to know when these things end.